Hi, Yousra. Good afternoon. How are you? Hello. Hi, Yousra. Am I audible? Actually, you're muted. I think so.
Excuse me. Do you hear me now?
Yes, now it's audible. How are you?
Perfect. Yes, I do hear you pretty well.
We can just wait for 4 to 5 minutes more so that everybody can join, and then we can start the
Okay,
session.
no worries. I'll be there waiting for you.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank Okay, so do you still hear me well?
Yes, it's perfectly audible.
Okay, great. So thank you all for being here first for this our first meeting, because I guess, and thanks to Avani and Himali, I guess it's really important for us to get to know each other so that you can have the right words and the right way to promote Junia. So I'd like to start by sharing a video, not a video, a presentation, because I guess it will be more important for you to, to see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you just please confirm that you can see my presentation, please?
Yes, we can able to see.
Okay, great. So I'd like to start, if you don't mind, by maybe just a quick reminder of who we are, because I think it's really important to know that Junia is not, a school, an independent school, but we are a part of a big federation, which is the Catholic University of Lille, and it was founded, as you can see, in 1875. So meaning that Junia is part of a big group of a big university, which is actually the largest non-profit private university in France, because this university has 40,000 students and more than 300 programs. And our programs are one of these programs. So this is important to mention, because when you tell students about Junia, it's important for them to picture themselves in a very big group. And this, the fact that we are a member of this Catholic University means that our students can benefit from their services, meaning they benefit from the everything related to the hospital and and healthcare. They benefit from a very large group of international students, because it's almost 7,000 international students. They can benefit from the student unions, the research, if they want to do research after getting the diploma, and of course the university, all our partners abroad, because later I will explain that it's also possible for our students to go abroad for 3 to 6 months for exchange. So, and then maybe we can zoom out so that we can see where we are exactly. I know that people, it's pretty normal. Me myself as well. I was not picturing Lille this way, but it's also important to get, to tell students that France is not only Paris, but Lille is also, the top we have the top three university centers in France, because we have today around 180,000 students. So, and it's the fourth metropolis in France. So it's pretty big. And the location as well is pretty good to mention, because it's a great selling point. Because we are only 1 hour from Paris, actually, with the high-speed train, of course, and 30 minutes from Brussels, and just 3 hours from Amsterdam. London as well is so close. So the students that will join JUNIA in Lille will have a huge opportunity also to visit Europe, actually. So it's also a great experience, and very rich and diverse experience in total. Maybe now we will get back to our school, because I guess the labels and accreditations are so important, because especially now that we know that the French government and the Indian government are developing a lot of contracts in this way, and students now they can stay in France and work for, I guess, 5 years. That was the latest news, which is really great. And of course, after 5 years, they do have like a job. So it's really so easy to renew the papers, which is really great. But there are some certain rules and certain things they need to prove, which are the quality of the diploma. So at JUNIA, they will get an engineering degree. And we are, as maybe I didn't say yet, but we were created JUNIA HASSANI in 1885, meaning during this time we were able, of course, to get the state certification, meaning that our diplomas are engineering diplomas, like the public schools, actually. And this CTI that you can see, the Commission of Engineers titles, is the proof of quality, actually. And of course, we are labeled by the Ministry of Higher Education. And this year now, in 2023, so a few months ago, a few days ago, actually, we received the label from Campus France, which is Bienvenue en France, welcome to France. And this label, we received the 3 stars. The 3 stars are the highest level, meaning that we are equipped, and it's proved that we are good at welcoming international students, providing them all the services that they might need. And of course, other labels of quality. So the ranking, well, students abroad, they usually ask about the ranking. I personally do not think that it's really, maybe it's so important for business schools, but still we do have good rankings, and we gained, many positions, and it's there on the official media. We gained, all our schools have gained many positions in terms of rankings. You can find that later. I can share this presentation later with you, Avani and Emily. So then it's up to you to share it. And well, now that you know where we are, what parts of France we are, who we are part of, I guess it's important to go to the academic offer. And of course, I'm talking today only about the English thought programs, because it's our main focus with you guys. So, well, not 10, sorry, I had to correct that. We have 9 master programs today, which is really great. 10, because in total we have 10 English thought programs. Because I have another program, undergraduate program, that I will share with you later. So let's focus a little bit on these master programs. Well, today, since we have 9, I guess we'll not have, because I have a lot to say, after. So I guess we're not going to have time to go into the details of each one. But that's why I think it's important to, to read properly the websites, And of course, I've sent the fish, what we call, some files, brochures of each program with all the details. All the details, meaning the courses, the career path, the internships, and everything around that you need to know. But keep in mind that we have three main areas of programs that we offer. The first one is related to architecture, urban design, and sustainability, and it's called Smart and Resilient Cities. So it's a program dedicated to building the cities of the future. And I said the cities, not only the buildings. So it's not only architecture of buildings, but it's also how to manage cities, how to respect the environment, make them livable and sustainable. First of all, sustainable, because this is our main issue nowadays. And this one is open for profiles with the engineering degree in civil engineering in general, or students with architecture degrees. The second part is ISEN, so the School of Electronics and Digital Science. So this one is focused on the digital and electronics, and it provides 5 different master programs. So we have the pure embedded electronics, we have the bio-nanotechnologies. Bio-nanotechnologies is dedicated to students who has done a bachelor degree in bio-nanotechnologies. That's the best profile. But also a bachelor degree in physics might be eligible. So we have the software engineering, so developing, apps and programming. The big data, of course, that everybody knows how to deal with, all this data and cloud computing and artificial intelligence and more. And the digital health, well, actually, maybe that's the newest one with the biotechnologies. Digital health is a program dedicated to, everything related to programming and electronics and developing, apps for the health, field. So it's really, it's a small program with the small number of students, because they need to be sure that they want to work in the health, in the health field, and develop apps and, deal with the materials for health. The last one, which is maybe the most popular in India. Well, I'm saying this because of our history with the students coming from India, and they in general, but it's a focus on agriculture and life science. So here we will have the first one, the sustainable management of pollution. So how to deal with pollution, air, soil, and water. Food science, which is food innovation, how to deal with how to create new experiences in terms of food and agro industry, especially now with all the health problems that we do have, and also the fact that it should be innovative and sustainable. And we also have the agriculture science and smart farming. So smart farming today is also something really great, especially for cities or countries where the agriculture is a big part of the market. And of course, as we know now with the climate change, we cannot do this if we cannot. I mean, we cannot do this the traditional way. So today it's all about the smart farming. As you can see, we have a bunch of possibilities, very diverse, very different. So I guess a student with the 5 types of profiles can find themselves here. I said 5 type of profiles. So we can have students with bachelor degrees in informatics, in physics, in life science, in architecture, and in electronics. So all these 5 profiles will certainly find here something really nice to pick as a master. And maybe now I will go back to this undergrad program that I've talked about. So if you have students who are in high school, so it's possible for them to join our school right after high school and spend, and then of course, because the master degree is 2 years program, as you can see. So 2 years, and then they will get a diploma, engineering diploma. Here, since the student will join us right after high school, the student will stay at JUNIA for 5 years. And this program concerns only the first 2 years. I mean, actually the 3 first years. I will explain in details. So the first 2 years are done totally in English. So, and of course, with the diverse courses in sciences, maths, physics, informatics, mechanics, but also project management and languages, mainly English. And of course, this international program, gives the opportunity to students to pick an option since year 2. So this is a program dedicated to students who wants to do either IT or mechanics. So there's no other option until now, because maybe we're going to develop other options. But for now, we do offer only IT and mechanics for students who are willing to join us right after high school. And this, the pathway gives the option to spend the whole third year outside of France in one of our partner universities. So as you can see here, the students, and this is a unique opportunity because normally students who come to our school, as I said, they can spend maximum of 6 months abroad. However, this program gives them the opportunity to spend the whole third year abroad. So they can go to the USA, Mexico, Argentina, Germany, Spain, Thailand, India, Italy, Jordan, Austria, and other cities, other countries, but these are for now the major ones. And then they come back to France for the year 4 and 5, which are the master's degree, and then they can pick, one of the masters related to their option. For example, if they have done IT, they can do big data, software engineering, or digital health, for example. So this is a program, as I said, I'm going to repeat that, only for high school students willing to join and willing to do either IT or mechanics. It's not possible to choose this program and after decide to do a Master of Food Science, for example. That's not possible. And well, of course, I've talked about, a few universities, but you should keep in mind that we do have many universities around the world. So it's not only the 10 that I've talked about. We have, many universities, especially in Europe and South America, but we do have like a large offer. And also, a large diversity. So as you can see, we have 65 nationalities. So students will really find a good multicultural, atmosphere. Well, maybe just a quick point in, in our, methodology or approach. So I can see some questions here. Students from Pakistan. Yes, we do have students from Pakistan. It's possible. The years of the gap shouldn't be more than 2 years. So 10 years is obviously impossible. So no more than 2 years of a gap. Okay. Well, concerning the whole, I mean, you should know that we have our methodology includes 3 major, fields, actually. We do have the science and technology, which is the main core. We do have the parts, the economic and marketing and management, which is really important for engineers, because later they will have to deal with, to manage a group of people, to manage a company, and so they need some solid background in this. And we also have the ethic and social responsibility, because we are proposing, engineers for the world, for the future. So they need to be aware of our future, issues in terms of ethics and related to the environment, social part. And so it's really important for them to to have this awareness, actually. So three other blocks, which are the international experience. So they need to do an international experience. The learning by doing is our main way of studying, which are the basic, the projects based on learning, the field groups, the co-design. So people, especially for the master program, they do study mainly in groups, and they do validate mainly their courses by giving and providing projects. And of course, the professional exposure, because students are obliged to do an internship. So if you, well, for the first year, so if students will join us at the Master 1, they will have to do a 4-month internship at the end of the year. And I will talk about this later. And during the last year, so which is the year 2, they will have to do a 6-month internship. So, and we have like a great rate of employment, which is more than 90%. And of course, right after graduation, of course. And when I say more than 90%, it doesn't mean that the other, 10% is jobless. No, these people are, they chose to pursue a PhD. So the employment, actually, we do have a career center who is, responsible of getting students in touch with companies, help them find, internships, help them prepare for the internships. They do organize some job dating. They do organize some forums. They bring many companies to our school. So they do this, they put them in contact with companies, and we also have a platform where they do share all the job offers and the internships as well. So now, before going to the admission procedure, I will go back again to the students. If students have experience at time, also only 3 years of gap experience. Well, actually, when it's more than 2 years, of course, 10 years is not possible. But when it's slightly more than 2 years, the student should prove that the professional experience, the gap, was a working experience in the same field of their studies and the same field of the master they want to pursue. Quick example, if the students have a bachelor degree in informatics and has worked for 3 years in a tech company developing, apps or doing anything related to informatics for 3 years, and then they show that the master that they want to do in big data, for example, will help them, build a better profile, that might be possible. So everything should be in harmony, the work experience, the bachelor or the, taken, and the master they want to pursue. So that might be possible. Any other questions before I move forward with the admission part?
Yoshua, I think we can have the question answer session at the end once you complete the presentation.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So the admission procedure, well, okay, so for the undergraduates, the prerequisites for the undergraduates program is simple, because they just need an IB, or in France we call it the French baccalaureate, but it's an IB in the scientific field, mathematics or any scientific field. Okay, and of course a B2 level in English. Actually, in India, students, since they have studied fully in English, I guess they will not, I guess, but since they have studied in English and they come from an English-speaking country, they will not need to certify their English proficiency. And as you can see here, a B1 in French is recommended, especially for students who will join us, for the undergraduate program, meaning they will stay in our school for 5 years to get the engineering degree. they need some French to survive. So the survival level for the undergraduate is really highly recommended. However, for the master program, as I said at the beginning, the minimum is a bachelor degree in sciences related to the course, so to the selected course. So if they want to do, smart cities, it should be in general engineering. If they want to do everything related to environmental science, food science, it should be in agriculture or life sciences in general, biology. IT as well for the programs in big data, digital health, and software engineering and computer science. And for the students willing to do, for example, the embedded electronics, they should have a bachelor in electronics. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to keep in mind. So the bachelor degree should be closely related to the master chosen. And the application sequence is done actually in two different ways. For the first year, so for the undergrad program, there's no interview, so there's only a file review. However, for the master program, which is, I guess, maybe the main focus, uh, they will have a file review and an interview. So usually the interview either validates or not validates the profile, and it's really important. Here is the platform. Don't use it for now because this is a general interview, just general presentation. This is the platform dedicated to students. For you, it should be you should see the I guess Avani will share with you and Himali will share with you later the way of submitting applications. That's maybe an internal issue for you. And well, of course, now all the programs are open, and we will, as I've done it, I highlighted this in red because the date that concerns you, the deadline is May 13. 30, sorry, is May 30, and I highly recommend you, to submit application maximum in March. Why March? Because, well, first of all, it's the kind of 2 months before the closure, so the procedure will not take 1 month and a half. And also mainly for another big issue for international students, which is the housing. So all our housing, our housing platform booking, they start in mid-April. So if you apply in March, by the end of March or mid-April, the student will have the acceptance letter. So he or she can apply for housing when the application will open, because the application open in April, in mid-April, around mid-April, and of course at the end of the first month after the opening, the good housing are taken. And this is something important I mean, it's a big issue for international students. They don't need only an acceptance letter, they need a housing. So it's also the main issue of parents, actually. Of course, there are other options. So it doesn't mean that when the application opens in mid-April, it's going to be too late in May. It's not about that. Of course, you can apply at the end of May, and then we always have solutions, actually. I'm not saying that we have only one solution that opens in mid-April. No. This is one of our options that costs the less and provides, housing really in front of the school. However, we do have other platforms for housing, to book housing in May and June. So we do have many other options, but they are maybe slightly more expensive. Some of them are slightly far from the school, but it's not that far because everything is around the school. But it's not the same as, booking a house right in front of the school. So that's the main information to keep in mind. I am usually the main entry contact, but of course, for you, your main entry is Himali and Avani, and they will do the and everything you need to know. I will be answering them directly, and of course, this email address is maybe the one to use when you want to apply, to send an application. This is something that I guess Himali and Avani shared with you, because now we have a special way of admission. And later, after getting accepted and everything, once it comes to the housing or the visa or other issues, we have a welcome desk who is always, open to help students prepare for their, travel to France. So we do offer, actually, we do provide a welcome package, for a smooth landing, we call it. So there's like a welcome session at the beginning. There's, a buddy system, the pickup at the train station. We do offer intensive French classes, and of course some kind of workshops to help students do the administrative parts. And I guess that's it for me. I can see that the refund policy, yes, of course. Yes, I need actually to add the tuition fees before sending it to you. Sorry. So the tuition fees are for 2 years for the master degree. For 2 years, it's 18,000 euros. I will add it here because it's going to be more easy to remember. So, and the refund policy, you mean in case of a visa rejection? I mean, okay, I'm going to give you like more details. Just a minute, please.
Hi there, ma'am. How are you?
Okay, so when the student is accepted, he needs to pay a deposit of 3,000 euros. Okay, deposit 3,000 euros. And in case of visa rejection, if the students did not get the visa, they will be, he or she will be 100% refunded. So we will send back, the 3,000 euros totally. Of course, yes, more is accepted. I didn't understand the question, sorry. When the student is accepted, he will need to pay a deposit so that he or she can get, what we call it, the not the admission letter, but the inscription letter, subscription letter, the official one, the official letter that proves that he's serious about getting to the school. And this letter is the one that he or she will use to pursue a visa, actually. And of course, in general, international students, and they already started paying now, because we already have like many accepted students. When they want to have higher chances for the visa procedure, they do pay the total, the full year. Sorry, they do pay the full year. So they do pay the 9,000 euros. So entry requirements for UG and PG. What does UG and PG mean, please?
Yoshra, UG means bachelor's degree, that is a graduate, and PG means postgraduate, that is master's.
Okay, so I just explained the requirements for undergraduates and postgraduates. So the undergraduate should have a bachelor, undergraduates, it's here. They should have an IB in science. And the postgraduates, they should have a bachelor degree in the related field. So if they are going to pursue a master in IT, they should have a bachelor in IT or computer science. And unfortunately, we do not have any scholarships. So it's the full tuition fees. Please, what do you mean by PSW?
She means post-study work visa, that is stay-back option after completing masters.
Now they can stay 5 years. It's the official, you know. It was set by the French government and the Indian government. Maybe I can share with you the link. Okay, I'm just searching for the link to share it with you. And of course, if they just need to be legit. So if they have a job offer, they can pursue for, you know, for what we call a residency card. So once they are legal, there's no problem after, you know, there's no problem staying in France after getting the diploma, since they find, you know. Okay, so you want me to share? Yes, it's the same for undergrads and postgrads. It doesn't mean that they need to go back after 5 years, you know. It just means that they are allowed to find jobs and work. And after working 5 years, you can renew your paper and have a new, you know, residency card, actually. Sorry, I'm still searching for this link.
And Yousra, just one last thing. Can you just explain them about the, eligibility criteria or exactly what you are looking, forward from the
Sorry,
profiles on
sorry, I
basis
didn't
of
hear.
whom, they can decide as per their eligibility, on basis of which criteria you are giving the admissions.
On which criteria?
Yeah, I mean their academics or the technical languages, or what are the requirements,
Everything.
your school
So
simply.
yeah, the admission, they look at everything. They look at the resume, they look at the you know, the transcripts in details to make sure that the students have the right academic background and, you know, has a solid academic background that will allow him to succeed, because that's the main important stuff. We're not searching for, you know, very high marks. That's not the issue. We just want to make sure that the student has you know, the adequate academic background that will allow him to succeed, you know, in the master. So the transcripts, and if the student has done any internships, it should be really, really important to mention. So all the internships are really good to mention as well. Okay, I guess I found it. New partners. So now, like, there's really, especially with the both, you know, political, I mean, with the political, you know, issue that is pretty positive. There's no problem for students finding a job after getting, you know, after getting our engineering degree. So after getting an MBA, you cannot do agriculture, you know, it's because the MBA is not in agriculture. So as I said, you know, the program that you've pursued should be closely related to the program that you're going to choose. Maybe if you have done before the MBA a bachelor in agriculture, it should be possible to do the master in agriculture. So depending on what you have done before the MBA. Yes, our internships are paid. So the internships in you know, because they're obliged to do an internship during the year 4, so which is the master 1 actually. So all the internships in France are paid. It's not the school, it's not something that we offer. It's a legal, you know, it's France, it's the states who oblige companies to pay students when they do internships more than 3 months. So the 4-month internship will be paid. As I said, the application deadline for all the programs are the same. And for agents, it's May 13. For students, it's May 15. I've shared it here. So here is the deadline. Okay. Is stay back option first? Yes. How about backlogs? Backlogs. What do you mean by this, please?
It means that they are not passing the particular subjects and they need to retake the exams, right? So how many backlogs are allowed? Maximum backlogs that students they can get it through while applying for your schools.
I didn't understand because we don't have the system. What do you mean exactly? Sorry.
Backlogs means I can say that the students, if they're not clearing their exams, their subjects, and they need to retake the exams, right? They need to retake their subjects. So it
Okay,
means
okay.
backlogs. Yeah. So how many such backlogs are accepted while doing the application?
In order to apply for our
Yes,
school, you mean?
yes, right.
No, only one. Either you are accepted or not. Like there is no second option, actually. There's no second chance.
No, maybe I think it depends on profile to profile. They mean there, they are asking that if student they are having suppose 10 backlogs in their graduation in bachelor's.
Arrears. It's like arrears.
Yes. And though they
Uh,
had cleared each and every backlogs, but if they are not able to, proceed, or if they are not able to apply for your school, so is there any particular criteria that they should have minimum this much of backlogs in their last education?
it's something that the our responsible of admission will respond directly. I cannot respond to this, and she cannot as well provide a final one answer for all the profiles. So you just need to send the application, and she will ask the academic program director, and then they can decide. Even she cannot provide a final answer for all the profiles. It depends. It's like it depends on the case.
It
It
depends
depends
on
on
profile to profile. Okay.
yeah.
Maybe we can share you the profile, to examine their eligibility.
3 years of gap. So no, there are no application fees. I just seen this question. The application is totally free, so no worries. And the payments. Sorry, the payment is done in three steps actually. The master is costs 9,000 euros. When the student is accepted, he will need to pay the deposit, which is 3,000 euros, and then the 6,000 euros either they can be paid at once when they come to the school, or pay them in 2 different parts. Yes, I provided the link, I guess. Yes, it's up there. Do you have any other questions?
I think, yeah, all of their, doubts had been cleared. Then too, if they have any queries or anything, then definitely we'll get back to you.
Okay. So maybe I will just add the fees, the tuition fees, and share with you the presentation, Himali.
Yeah, please, you can just share the presentation so, I can pass it on to my associates.
And did you have the chance to share all the program files?
We do have the details, so I will just, share with them along with the presentation.
Yes, please. Please share
Thank you.
the files of each program because they have like the answers of everything.
Yes, definitely.
You won't even need me.
Sure, sure. And thank you so much. Thank you for your time, for giving this
You're
wonderful
welcome.
session. It's really informative.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for organizing this. Maybe I will just, answer the last question. How many days it take time to provide us the offer letter? The offer letter, maybe you mean the admission letter.
Yes, admission letter.
Yes. So the admission letter is when the students apply with a complete, application, it takes between 2 to 4 weeks because there is an interview to organize, and it's the interview that takes some time because we need to make sure that it meets the professor's agenda and the student's agenda. But in total, it's like after 1 month, after a complete application, 1 month later maximum, the student will get the admission letter. The documents needed, I've just shared them at the presentation, so maybe later when Hamali will share it with you, you will have all the details. And I will add the details because the document needed, it's something that Sarah, I guess Himali Sarah sent you a mail with all the details, right?
Yes, I got it.
So maybe you can share with them this details.
Yeah, I will
It's very,
share all the information back to them.
just please do it so that we can have like same and clear information for everyone.
Definitely, for sure.
Okay. So is it clear for you? Do you need more information?
Yeah, I think it's clear, Yousra.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you so much for this, for your time, and of course, Himali and Avani, I will remain, available if you have any question. Don't hesitate, and everything related to the admission part, as you know, it's mainly to Sarah. It's better to, address the email to Sarah when it comes to something really technical about the admission.
Yes, for sure. And thank you so much once again for your time.
Okay, welcome. I wish you all a great day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Bye.
Bye bye.